Hello and welcome to the second game of this second series of the ESL Is It War EU Cup, or It Is War, not Is It War. It's a declaration, not a question. Once again, we have Adeich down here as the Orcs in the red and yellow, and we have KiF1rE. KiF1rE. I can't even remember how I decided that said. KiF1rE, I'm going to assume. Up here in the black as the Eldar. And a strong, confident win from KiF1rE last time over Adeich. We will see if he can get a better setup on this new map. He's going to be setting up his Orc spot here. Quite a common point. This map is actually one of the most varied I've seen for Orcs. Some players like to take this point. Some players like to be more aggressive and build around here. Or even this side. Some players like to hang about a little bit up this hill, and some people like to just go straight into the middle, but I've seen a lot of variance. Webway Gate now coming up really hard to the side. This point, often a point, especially the last few replays on my channel have been Bikers replays. He likes to take this point as Eldar from his enemy. So we will probably see something very similar here. Here we go with the just teleport up by the Bone Singer. And with the Orc right on this side, honestly, I'd like to see it taken back, but I would be absolutely... I wouldn't feel crazy saying that it probably won't be. These Orcs actually going to leave that requisition generator alone, which is very nice of them. Their point here is getting attacked. I believe they could still just go for that resource generator and maybe put these Gretchens in there, but those Gretchens are actually going to get caught out here. Nope. A very awkward silence as the Dire Avengers reload, and he will just about escape. Dire Avengers going to take some pop shots of these Orcs while they're getting hyped up. The slightly backwards hit with the plasma grenade there. Another half hit with the plasma grenade, but now a couple more squads of boys there, and they're going to force these Dire Avengers up into the hill with their Webway Gate as the Orcs retreat into the middle of the map. So far, the Eldar have a lot more points. They're very cheap Dire Avengers, allowing them to get a very strong little army out here with still enough money to fill their points across the map with resource generators. The Orc player has set up his little base in the top here and has 2 power generators going for the trucks and the more advanced squads in that late game. But with all of this economy put on here, as long as he doesn't lose a load of his Dire Avenger squads in the early game, he's going to actually have a huge advantage here over this Orc player in terms of his economy. The shield going up there to save these boys. And it seems that right now Orcs just don't feel confident enough to play aggressive versus the Eldar, and so they can take these sort of massive economic advantages. You can see here a Howling Banshee squad coming out. Just a couple of Orc boy squads. Now, Adeich has done a lot better than some of the other Orcs we've seen recently at keeping his early boy squads alive. He hasn't got a ton out of them, but he's managed to keep the Eldar off of going too crazy with the points. And although he still hasn't head back up here to capture this point, he is going to keep up his sizable-ish army. But with Banshee and a Striking Scorpions here, this is going to be the time where the push happens. And with all of the Orcs troops over the other side, the first truck even coming out right now, and the Stormboys going down, this shield generator could possibly fall, since the damage coming out from these units is going to be incredibly high. Now it looks like the Orc is perhaps going to try and take his own side here, which will be a lot slower than the Eldar, but if he can do it before the Eldar get back, this could end up being not too bad a trade for the Orc player here. Okay, interesting. KiF actually going to be incredibly... I'm going to call him KiF. That's much easier. I just accidentally said it there, and I think that's much easier. KiF is going to actually be incredibly aggressive here with this push up on the tower, and very impressive. This is something that's nice to know, that with this sort of very typical early Elder army, you can do this sort of pressure. Now this is looking like perhaps a bit of a worse fight to take, but there were some good plasma hits there. The Dire Avengers are continuing to back off, hitting those Storm Boys. The Banshees and the Scorpions are taking a lot of fire here. This is not looking too good, but the Dire Avengers are now getting to shoot quite a lot. The Storm Boys are getting quite close. The Banshees and the Striking Scorpions, as they hit the Fleet of Foot area, are going to be able to get away. The Banshee with the silence, but very low. Bringing them back in here was very risky. These are actually now going to go down because he kept them in here. All the Striking Scorpion with the stun to get away, but he's going to walk right into that hit from the truck. That is not nice, and he might even lose the Dire Avenger squad here. Staying a bit too long, perhaps. Trying to set up these Dark Reapers here, but not going to quite be quick enough before he has to run back. A Boys Hut going to go up in the middle, spreading out his base a bit more. And so, what happened with that? Both teams managed to take down a shield generator. A turret went down very early from our boy KiF1rE. KiF1rE? I don't know. At this point, he's going to be finally taken back by Orcs, which is very nice. Because now the Eldar does not have a huge majority of positions. They do have the advantage of having Maka out already.
We have finished our task.
But they're actually not going to get too much more from having the this out. Oh, the Dark Reapers don't have to do a number on these buildings, do they? Ooh. These Orcs very weak as well. I'm getting tickled. They didn't manage to heal up after the last fight, and these Dark Reapers were not involved in it. So the Elder are actually staying with a stronger army, and now with 3 squads of Dark Reapers, they're going to have this strong long-range amount of damage, which they can choose to use however they will. I'd expect to see them trying to hit this side, maybe kill this shield generator, or even have a go at destroying this city that the Orcs have been building over the right hand side. The Storm Boys and the rest of the Orcs have healed up a bit and are coming down. The rest of the Orcs must be in the truck. A lot of damage here being done by those Dark Reapers, but that's going to be a really good hit and a good jump on by those Orc squads. However, they're all squashed together, and Mac is going to get an excellent hit, finishing off, or not actually finishing off either of those Orc squads, but some of those Orcs are getting really badly caught back, and now they will go down. Or they won't. This one brave Orc at the end is going to be fine. And here we can see something on the map. The Falcon has come out. This is going to be really hard for the Orc player now. You can see that he is getting... See if they are tank busters. He is making his first squad of tank busters, which is good timing because the Falcon has come out. But this Falcon does AoE damage and is going to really take care of this horde pretty well. Striking Scorpions are back up now. This is a deadly looking Elder army sitting around here. But the Orcs still haven't lost too much, honestly. They still have decent little set of squads. They can warb off everything up, try and push out here with their trucks. They have the Weird Boy out, who if KiF1rE keeps bundling these squads together in his big old death ball, this Weird Boy could start doing a ton of damage if he stays out of position for a little bit. Going to move his main army back here to try and re-establish this point, with the Storm Boys heading over to the other side of the map to try and take back the back point that I was talking about earlier. Good to see that Adeich is going to keep on this. He's not going to let Eldar just have this for free. And he's not going to let Eldar have any generators on this forward point either. So good active play here, in my opinion, by Adeich, even though he is behind. Gonna start throwing some shots at this army. The Nob's actually missing there. Gonna hit the taunt on these Dark Reapers. Might be able to take something down there. But we can see on the minimap that the Falcon is heading up here to kill off these Storm Boys, and the Falcon will just rip through these boys. Will they get away? Oh, that was probably a couple of shots away. And now this Falcon, being a skimmer, just gonna roar away. See if the Orc can catch anything here, but I would doubt it, honestly. Just unhit with the Nobs. They are gonna taunt it. That's good, and the second hit there, and the stun coming out from the Weird Boy as well. Very good stun stacking here from Adeich. Gonna take down that Falcon. That's a really good catch. Same time, the Eldar are pushing up this side. The Eldar. But they're not actually capturing much yet. They are going to try and take up the shield generator, which is still alive and is on quite low health. While the Orcs only get some resource points for that, really. And there it goes. Onto 3 epic points there. Not too far away, just a couple points from getting Kyle in here. Good taunt there, and the Weird Boy teleport on top of the taunt, going to do really well. The Striking Scorpions, they're actually missing the stun on the Weird Boy. And if we can just see through this dust, all of the AoE hitting down here on these heroes, the Striking Scorpions and Maka, both caught in just stun after stun after stun. This Scorpion will escape here, and Maka will do her last stand. But these Orcs should be able to just come back, and even with a good hit from Maka's staff, doesn't look like she's going to have enough. Oh, a very good explosion there from Maka, but she will go down, and leaving a lot of boy squads on low health. He will have a little time to re-heal all this army. And the Wraithguard here coming out, very much the Eldar's Dreadnought, it seems. These very strong ranged weapons. That piercing armor will demolish these trucks and anything bigger that they try to get. As long as he can keep them from getting meleeed, he should be fine. Now, KiF1rE hasn't been too good so far with his positioning, with not getting hit by these big stun combos and these taunts. He's been blobbing up a bit too much, but we'll have to see if he manages to... Oh, this is not going to go well. These Gretchens are going to perhaps take a slight bit of time in order to kill that. I'm not sure, do they do any... They literally do 1 DPS. Holy moly. We can't see the health of that, unfortunately, but that is not a good look, Gretchens. That is not going well. More Gretchens here, which are going to have a very painful time. Oh, just sneaking away. Nice work. Storm Boys now taken out, ready to push in. Tier 3 coming out from the Eldar. I'm excited to see what they get in Tier 3. I honestly haven't seen many Eldar go to Tier 3 and get anything other than just more of what they were getting already, you know. We're seeing the Wraithguard come out now instead of that more vehicle-heavy force. These Dire Avengers not healed up. Very interesting. I guess he doesn't really have the resources to heal them up, but honestly, with the 7 range DPS they're doing right now, I'm not sure if it's that worth keeping them out. And a huge taunt there from those Nobs. That's Weird Boy stun is going to be giant. Ooh, this could get bad. Boy's getting stunned in. Another stun. Again, good targeting. Weird Boy up here is going to kill some Dark Reapers by the looks of it. But, oof. That Kyle spells there gonna really turn the tide and keep that up. And now the Weird Boy is in a really bad position. He's got himself caught in there. And this is not looking good. The Wraithguards hit the truck. The Weird Boy goes down. These Orcs now have no health. There's a very, very excellent paint jobbed killer can there. Rolling, strolling about. But that was a big turnaround from what looked originally like a really bad fight for KiF1rE. There is no just the killer can and the storm boys for the orcs right now. It really wants to start reinforcing some of these squads because this army is not looking healthy. Maka is coming up again in a very short amount of time. If we check the orc cooldowns, the weird boy is going to be down for a long time, and because he has only taken down one of these shield generators and hasn't got the turret, he is a long way away from getting those mega knobs. Very, very small army coming up here, and when he sees how big the elder army is, oh my lord, that was a one-shot. That was a one-shot. Well, I mean, that was two of them, but two of them one-shot him. I think that's fair enough to say. I think after such a decisive hit there, he might be brave enough to push in. You gonna be KiF1rE? KiF1rE? Fire Prism has arrived. Oh yeah, baby. This is gonna be the first time that I've managed to see in a replay that I'm casting a Fire Prism rolling out here. Now, I've heard mixed things about Fire Prisms. I have heard that when they hit, they can be very powerful, but that they're not always super consistent. So we will see how they deal with that in this game. A lot of Dark Reapers here, going to be doing a lot of damage to any of these structures when he does decide to push in. Couple of killer cans, storm boys, one squad of tank busters. All they have left. Interesting jump there from these storm boys. Not going incredibly well, and we're going to get to see the first shot from the Fire Prism here. If it doesn't just go down, holy moly. Okay, nothing happening there. Wraithguard did not expect, or Fire Prism did not expect to come up with such heavy resistance there. Got a War Tower going here. Hyping up the boys. Got some Death Gun loopers here. Looters? There's a T in that word, Gareth. T. Dire Avengers up here. Going to push this side point again. Once they've reloaded. It's very awkward seeing those Star Avengers have to reload in an odd way. Going to take this down pretty safely. Wraith Blades. I was just wondering what he was going to start doing this money. He has, do you know what? He has a lot of requisition here. I would like to see it. He is making some more Reapers. He could also, I'd like to see him also maybe make some Dire Avengers from here or something. That he's hovering a lot of money here that he could be putting into more army to push out this game sooner. Looking on the Orc side, again has a lot of money. Could probably get some more boys out here in this squad, but ooh, Kyle going to be throwing out those storm things. I don't know what any of his skills are called. Oh, and he's going to pull them all back there. That was an incredible use of Kyle. That was brilliant. This is the best use of Kyle I have personally seen. He can be incredibly powerful. I have not seen him doing anywhere near this well in some of the other games that I've casted. This is great. And this is really starting to look like just... when will Kylie build up the confidence to push? He's got a lot of his Dark Reapers waiting here who could be pushing in with him. These looters are going to die pretty quickly once they get here. This is actually going to miss. It's only going to hit like one model. The Eldritch Storm is going down on that base to force the Orc army away. The Wraithguard going to be doing a ton of damage. The Fire Prism is actually not even coming here. Lots of units left over. I'm not a massive fan of how much of this is left over. It looks like the Fire Prism just taking this out. And he's pushing out with such a small force, but it looks like it's going to be enough. Kyle dragging this last game out for as long as it will go, it seems. That Eldritch Storm doing a hell of a lot of work on the back. And the surrender is going to come out there from Adeich. Very well played. Another 2-0 in this ESL It Is War EU tournament. And KiF1rE will be going up into the semi-finals along with Rhythm from our last series.